It is Weug, the Dutch racer. He's done it! Weug has taken the lead.
Oh, let's go.
This is looking really good for Weug.
Hi, I'm Weug. I'm driving for Scuderia Ferrari in F1 Academy this season.
And my name is Marc Gene. I'm Scuderia Ferrari's Driver Academy Special Advisor. Of course, we look for speed, so performance is very important, but then also attitude. We really believe in our academy that attitude is almost as important as speed, and she worked very hard, be very diligent, and be very tough, a proper tough racer, and really a role model for not only maybe amongst other drivers in the academy, but also other drivers in our academy. So, as I say, speed is the first thing you look for, but then we were very impressed with her attitude, yes.
It'll be a first win for Weug. Across the line she comes, the first driver for Ferrari to take to the top step here on the streets of Jeddah. Well done, Weug.
Well, it's already 5 years ago, so I was quite young when I joined. A bit more shy back then, but it was just an amazing experience to actually be 4 days in Maranello and get to drive at Fiorano and do all the tests that we did was something already like a dream come true for me. But then actually wearing the Ferrari Driver Academy jacket and t-shirt that for the whole season was really amazing. And since I've been there, I've learned so much on driving, on how to prepare for the weekends, how to look back data, so much stuff that if I wouldn't be with them, I wouldn't have learned by myself, So it's been a great support, and I've learned so much.
Yeah, we've been impressed how she overcame difficult moments. There's one probably you remember with Canada, which we speak a lot about that, but then how she, after Canada, the next race, she was back up to speed. Or for example, I was very impressed with Singapore, how she managed to win the race. At some point it looked like she was not going to be able to, but she never gave up, and then she managed to win. So that fighting spirit and not giving up, and it is something that we've been very impressed. The racecraft, let's say. We know the speed has always been there, but some of the wins from this year, Zandvoort as well, has been really memorable. So yeah, that fighting spirit, this is something that we knew she had it, but this year has really blossomed, and it's been quite impressive, yes.
They helped me so much to put more hours on the simulator and give me as much support as possible and preparation for the next races. And I think it showed a lot, because coming to tracks that are new for us, or street tracks that are not very usual for us, like Singapore, hopefully it's going to help a lot, because the sim is a great tool, and all the preparation we've done has just brought to this. And I think we've worked well together. Most of the work gets done before we get to the track, so a lot of preparation in the gym, and physically, mentally as well. I think it's really important, especially with how difficult the season has been after Canada, to bounce back. You need to be mentally very strong, and it's something we worked on. But then, as I said, the simulator is probably the most important tool, I would say, for us. When we only have one pre-practice session and go straight into quali, I think this has helped me so much. And then on track, of course, you have the support, so they can help me with what tips or tricks that they see from the F1 drivers, and I think it's been super great to have that support both on and off track.
She knows that if she's going to have a go at getting past Dorian Pan, but she's in a good position again right now, going down into turn one. She's going for it on the outside. Weug's trying to go past Dorian Pan, round the outside. We've ridden with her, she's done it. Or has she? She's now on the inside. Yes, she has made the move. Well, she's up into third place ahead of Dorian Pan.
Going into the mental and physical, I can tell you we do certain tests during the year, so they know where they stand, and the grades are always very high, So we don't always share it amongst the drivers, because we don't want them to compete among themselves. But I can tell you that I looked at the last exams like we did, and she's always, both on the mental and the physical aspects, she's a benchmark for the other drivers. This is the right approach to be a professional racing driver. Because as she was saying, preparation is very important, and I totally agree. The more you prepare a race, because there are always unknowns, and the more you prepare a race, the readier you'll be for the unknown. So when we've been looking for other drivers, and Alba Larsen will be with us next year, she always also works very hard, and we've been telling her a lot how she has been preparing, because we really think That's the way to be successful in motorsport.
This is looking really good. Maya Weug wins in Singapore. Maya Weug has taken the maximum points.
It's important because first, for diversity, I think it's great to see that there is a diverse sport. Me personally think that there's no physical limitation to why not one day a girl will eventually make it to Formula One. Of course, they need to work very hard because it's a physical sport, but I'm very happy that the F1 Academy has been in place because I think it's a way that more girls are going to come into this sport. And the more girls come into this sport, the higher chance there'll be that girls make it professionally. And of course, one day, why not Formula One?
I always say exactly the same as what you said now. I mean, I think when I started karting, I was always the only one out of maybe 100, 150 kids. And now when I go back to the karting paddock, I see so many more girls driving and being at the front. And I think that's great to see. And I think you need the numbers starting young. So I think we're inspiring a lot of young girls to show them that it's possible to race, and it's not only for boys. And then when the numbers grow in karting, and then more and more girls will coming to F1 Academy, into F4, and then grow. So I think the numbers is growing, and not just as drivers, but also engineers, mechanics. It's growing every year.
They are, yes. I mean, of course, that's where we look initially for talent in karting. And I can guarantee you that the numbers are growing. Maybe not as fast as we all would like to, but they are growing. That's already something that when I used to race, there were none. Well, actually, I raced against Sophie Kumpel, who was the mother of Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
But that was, and she was really, really competitive. But that was really an odd case. That was completely the exception. Now it's not the exception anymore. So yeah, F1 Academy, it's helping a lot girls be aware that motorsport is also for them. But they can achieve the strength necessary, and that's the important thing. But let's say, I don't know, you train 2 or 3 hours a day. Maybe Maya needs to drive, let's say, F3. She needs to drive 4 hours instead of 3. So they physically, yes, they need. I think they are talking about maybe at some point putting power steering into F3 and F2. F1, the steering is not so difficult. F1 has power steering, but not so much a limitation. It just requires them to spend more hours in the Jeep.
What I usually say is just, first of all, do something you like. Of course, you have to enjoy motorsport, and it has to be your passion, because then you're able to work so much harder than the rest, and just work hard. I think that's the most important, and then if you want to achieve something, you will get there at some point. So I think, yeah, that's the most important.
Yeah, and it's worth the effort. Whether you make, of course, they all want to make it to Formula One. Few will make it because every year maybe 1 or 2 make it to Formula One in the whole world, not only girls. But the path is worth the effort. And whether it's because you're going to go to GTs or Formula 3, or simply you do F1 Academy and then you go back to doing something else. It's an amazing experience. Motorsport is an amazing experience. So any girl who wants to make it, I'll say try it, because no matter how far you get, the path is going to be an unforgettable experience.